Hi, everybody. I'm your host, Katie Scott. Welcome to my YouTube channel, where we discuss topics that touches all of our lives. For example, how every decision we make can relate back to our journey in life. Today, we're specifically talking about the full circle journey of our American princess, Meghan. This episode is entitled Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, in a League of Her Own, or we could say full circle. Just think about how much more successful Meghan Sussex's project would be if she didn't have the monarchy and the British tabloid press doing what they've been doing. Today, as ever, her new brand opened to the public for sale. And on her website, I went in myself this morning and everything I wanted to buy was already sold out. So I'm one of the people that'll have to wait until they're restocked. But this is this woman's power. This is this woman's popularity because she is so authentic and that she is such a nice person, and everything she does it with excellence. So we can understand why there are many people, and especially from that establishment, who are upset because Harry and Meghan took their power elsewhere when they proved to them that they couldn't give them the respect and just the human decency and kindness they deserved. So they had to protect their mental health and their emotional well-being, and so they picked up and left, but not without trying to make it work, because they did ask for the half in, half out, and they turned them down. And that was a blessing in disguise, because had they not turned them down, they would not be in the position they're in today. And they're still having to put up with certain things. We're not going to get into the Bali stuff that's going on, because I really do believe God's going to work that out on Bali's behalf, on Prince Harry and Prince Cecil's behalf, because of those children that need the help, because they're the ones that suffered. But back to Meghan. It's definitely been an interesting journey watching Meghan's evolution, especially after stepping away from royal duties. There's something powerful about how she's managed to, continue growing despite all the intense scrutiny and negativity and unwarranted and unfair, I might say, scrutiny and negativity. It seems like the more the press tries to bring her down, the more she finds new ways to engage with people authentically. She gains a lot of supporters who admire her resilience and the way she's handling everything. And it's evident. As a matter of fact, when With Love, Meghan was set to be aired, it had a release date, people were saying how it was a flop and it was awful and it hadn't even aired yet. So that tells you all you need to know, that none of the negativity is valid. It's just people being angry and upset about, things that don't concern them. They could just leave her alone. If you don't like her, don't look at her, don't pay her any attention. Go on about your way and let her do her thing. Go live your life. That's basically what I'm saying. She gained more supporters because people were being so negative. On social media, I read something where one person said, I wasn't particularly paying attention to the royals or Meghan or any of that stuff, but when I heard all that negativity about her program, I said, well, let me go over here and watch. And this person said they went to watch it. They loved it. It was peaceful. She seems to be a kind and authentic person. And then they ended their post by saying, and she now has a fan for life. So a lot of what they're meaning for evil is being turned around for her good. They really do underestimate her strength. And now she's blossoming in ways they didn't expect. It must be pretty empowering for her and her fans to see that kind of success emerge from such a challenging situation. She really is a person with a lot of resilience. She gained a lot of supporters who admire her just for that reason, her resilience and the way she's handled everything. Plus, there's something really special about watching someone rise above the noise and not let the negativity define them, right? There's something really special about that. And she's human. I'm not going to pretend I think none of that hurts her. She doesn't read it. She has other people to scour through that stuff and then bring to her attention what they need to. Basically, the things that make sense, because I hope, I don't know her and I haven't spoken with her, but I hope her stance on the negativity, the trolls, the derangers, the monarchists, the British tabloid media, the monarchy mouthpieces. I hope she understands that those aren't people whose opinions should be valued by anybody that's normal, because it's not coming from an authentic place. They have their marching orders, and that's what they do, and a lot of it is just rooted anyway in jealousy and misogyny and you name it, because people are unhappy in their own lives. But that's not her problem. That's a them problem. But I'm so happy that today, as ever, launched, and I went over there and couldn't find a thing because everything was sold out. I'm actually happy about that. In less than, I don't know, was it an hour or 30 minutes, everything was sold out. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? Meghan has regained her life back. She's regained her voice back. It's important to point that out, that Meghan regaining her voice has been incredibly powerful, not just for her, but for a lot of people who admire her. It's clear that for a long time she was expected to fit into a very specific mold, both as part of the royal family and as a public figure. When she stepped back and began sharing her truth more openly, it felt like a form of freedom to me, watching it. Not just for herself, but for others who might have felt silenced in their own lives. And a lot of us have felt that way, have we not? That we weren't allowed to have an opinion. We weren't allowed to be our natural selves. We had to try and fit into somebody else's idea. That's no way to live, but I'm so glad she doesn't have to live that way. Her ability to speak out on issues like mental health, inequality, and her own struggles with the media has really resonated with so many people who might have been feeling similarly unheard. And I believe that's why Meghan is so popular, because people do relate to her. It's the exact opposite of what the naysayers say. She's more relatable than any of that other stuff. Riding around in golden carriages, that's relatable? Really? You know, the interviews like the one with Oprah were pivotal moments where she finally got to tell her side of the story in her own words without any filters or limitations. It allowed her to be seen as a person. You guys, it allowed her to be seen as a person with her own narrative, not just a figure to be defined by others. It must have been an incredibly empowering experience for her to break free from that. And I think that's why people feel so connected to her journey. It's a reminder of how important it is to reclaim your voice when it's been taken away from you. Can you imagine? You're accustomed to being someone like her who was very outspoken about things she believed in, even since the age of 11 when she got Procter & Gamble to change that commercial and all of that, and stood up for a friend of hers who had a relative that had to go away into the service. And, you know, she staged a gathering for that to speak against it and just to show her friends support. She's always been that way. She's always been a supporter, even on Suits. How she found out they were throwing away the food that wasn't being eaten, and they say that she was known as a person that get ish done, right? She got stuff done. So it ended up that food was being loaded up and taken to shelters or food pantries or what have you, but it wasn't being wasted anymore. That's always who she's been, and that was in her Suit days before she met Harry. We, her supporters, since her Suit days, all through when she met, fell in love with, and married her prince, we see her. We see who she is. And all the stuff we've had to hear said about her that we know is not true, And we felt really badly about that and wanted to support her. And I'll say it again, I'm always for the underdog. I'm always for the person who's being mistreated for no reason at all. We see her. We have walked through this journey with her. Many of us have prayed for a time such as this, when Meghan would regain her joy, when her peace would be restored, when she would again be surrounded by family and friends who love and respect the awesome person she is. Meghan is a woman of worth, and no amount of lies, jealousy, and hate can ever change the facts. Meghan is definitely proven that she is much more than just a title or a headline. Her work is a testament to her talent, her resilience, and her drive. It's impressive how she's been able to carve out such a dynamic career, especially with all the external noise she's faced. This woman has faced an astronomical amount of noise, the likes of which I've never seen. Her projects like With Love, Meghan, and the As Ever collection are all expressions of her authentic self and what she values. It's clear she's not just creating for the sake of it. There's real passion and purpose behind what this woman does. The upcoming podcast with Lemonade is especially going to be exciting, I believe. Podcasts are such an intimate and powerful platform. And Meghan has the ability to bring thoughtful, important conversations to the forefront through the vehicle of podcasting. And I'm so happy for her for that. And given her history of speaking out about issues close to her heart, like mental health, women's empowerment, and social justice, her podcast will likely be another extension of her voice in a way that will connect with people deeply all over the world. It's like she's building her own empire on her own terms. But she's doing it with integrity and authenticity. Her body of work really does speak volumes. It speaks for itself. We don't have to make it up. We don't have to wonder about it. She's shown us what she's capable of. She's shown us how she stayed true to herself down through the years in what she chooses to put her voice to and her name to and her strength behind. People are seeing her as more than just the media's portrayal of her. Yeah, we're really seeing her as who she really is. People are seeing her for the multifaceted, talented woman that is Meghan Sussex. Meghan, you may never hear this, but we, your fans, your loyal supporters, applaud you. You are truly an inspiration to many. You're definitely an inspiration to me. I don't know you, but I have a genuine love and respect for the woman, wife, mother, daughter, and all around great human being that you are. And you don't need me to tell you this, Meghan Sussex, but keep doing your thing. Oh, and congrats on As Ever luncheon today. Take my money, Meghan, whenever you stock back up, because you all sold out when I was over there. I will be shopping As Ever. I have already purchased my Le Creuset cookware, thanks to the inspiration of what With Love Meghan brought to the table and to my consciousness. I'm just so happy and so pleased for her today. And for all of us, her supporters, who have really been in the trenches with her for the last 8+ years. So thanks for watching Power of Choice as related to Meghan's full circle journey. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this with someone who could use a little inspiration. Your support means so much, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks again for showing up. Much appreciated.